The air crackled with anticipation, a palpable energy coursing through the crowd. It was just another Donald Trump campaign rally, one of many in his relentless pursuit of the presidency, this time in the small town of Butler, Pennsylvania, known for its tight-knit community and fervent political spirit. The crowd, a sea of red hats and fervent cheers, hung on his every word. The atmosphere was electric, filled with hope and determination. Then, everything changed in an instant. A disturbance, a commotion, a ripple of fear through the heart of the rally. Panic spread like wildfire. An attempt was made on the life of the former president, sending shockwaves through the crowd and beyond. The incident sent shockwaves across the nation and beyond, dominating headlines and sparking intense debates. It was a stark reminder of the volatility and potential for violence that can erupt in the face of heightened political tensions. The atmosphere grew tense, and the sense of security shattered. While the specifics of the attack are still under investigation, its impact on the political landscape is undeniable. Analysts and commentators weighed in, each offering their perspective on the implications. The incident served as a jarring reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present potential for violence in our society. What began as a peaceful demonstration quickly turned chaotic. It was a moment that transcended political divides, forcing the nation to confront the reality of hatred and its potential consequences. People from all walks of life reacted, some with fear, others with resolve, but all with a newfound awareness of the dangers that lurk beneath the surface of political discourse. Footage of the rally showed a chaotic scene unfolding. The alleged assailant, later identified as Thomas Matthew Crooks, could be seen pushing his way through the crowd. He was a young man, barely out of his teens, with a look of grim determination etched on his face. In his hand he clutched a weapon. The crowd, initially oblivious to the danger, erupted in panic as shots rang out. People screamed and scrambled for safety, trampling over each other in a desperate bid to escape the chaos. The festive atmosphere of the rally evaporated, replaced by a palpable sense of fear and disbelief. Amidst the chaos, Secret Service agents acted swiftly, throwing themselves on top of Trump and hustling him off the stage. Their training and professionalism were evident in their rapid response, which undoubtedly prevented a potential tragedy.
I had to do it. Someone had to make a stand.
The Secret Service detail, trained for moments like this, reacted with precision. They formed a protective wall around Trump, their faces grim, their movements urgent. Within seconds he was gone, hustled off the stage and into a waiting vehicle. The crowd, still reeling from the shock, watched in stunned silence. The speed and efficiency of the Secret Service response underscored the very real dangers faced by high-profile figures like Donald Trump. It highlighted the constant vigilance and preparedness required to ensure their safety in an increasingly unpredictable world. The incident served as a stark reminder of the vital role played by the Secret Service in protecting the nation's leaders. It underlined the immense pressure they face daily, making split-second decisions that could have life-or-death consequences.
Minutes later, in a display of characteristic defiance, Trump re-emerged. He returned to the podium, his face resolute, his voice unwavering. He addressed the shaken crowd, assuring them that he was unharmed and that the attacker was in custody. His message was clear: he would not be cowed by fear.
Trump's return to the stage, moments after the attack, was a testament to his unwavering spirit and his determination to project an image of strength. It was a calculated move, designed to reassure his supporters and demonstrate that he remained in control. His defiance resonated with his base, who saw in him a leader unafraid to confront adversity. However, it also drew criticism from those who perceived his actions as reckless and insensitive, given the gravity of the situation. The attempted assassination sent shockwaves across the globe, reverberating through every corner of the world. The news spread like wildfire, igniting a wave of reactions from people of all walks of life. World leaders from all corners condemned the attack, expressing their solidarity with Trump and the American people. Their voices were united in a chorus of condemnation, denouncing the senseless act of violence and calling for peace and unity.
From London to Tokyo, from Paris to Berlin, messages of support poured in, underscoring the global revulsion at the act of violence. People took to the streets, holding signs and banners, showing their support and solidarity with the American people.
The incident transcended national borders, becoming a focal point for discussions about political violence, extremism, and the fragility of democracy. It sparked debates and conversations in media outlets and public forums around the world. It served as a stark reminder that the forces of hatred and division are not confined to any one nation or region, but pose a global threat. The attack highlighted the urgent need to address these issues on a global scale.
The outpouring of support from international leaders highlighted the interconnectedness of the world and the shared responsibility to combat extremism in all its forms. Leaders from different countries stood together, emphasizing the importance of unity and cooperation. It emphasized the need for global cooperation in addressing the root causes of violence and promoting tolerance and understanding. Community gatherings and peace conferences were held, focusing on ways to prevent such acts of violence in the future.
Indeed, the world's collective response was a powerful testament to the importance of unity in the face of adversity. The solidarity shown by people and leaders alike was a beacon of hope, demonstrating that together, we can overcome even the darkest of times. Section 6. President Joe Biden's response, a call for unity and security. President Joe Biden addressed the nation, his voice a mix of sadness and resolve.
This attack is an assault not just on Donald Trump, but on the very fabric of our American democracy. We must come together, heal, and reject violence in all its forms. Embrace dialogue, not division.
Biden's response was measured and presidential, emphasizing the need for unity and calm in the face of adversity. He walked a fine line, condemning the violence while also appealing for a de-escalation of political tensions.
I have ordered a comprehensive review of Secret Service protocols to ensure the safety of all former presidents and their families. Furthermore, I announced the resignation of the Secret Service Director, taking responsibility for this lapse in security.
Section 7. Echoes of the Past, a history of threats. This was not the first time Donald Trump had been the target of violence or threats. His tenure in the political arena has been marked by numerous instances where his safety was at risk. Throughout his presidency and beyond, he has been a polarizing figure, drawing both fervent adoration and intense animosity. His presence has always been a catalyst for strong emotions, both positive and negative. His rallies have often been flashpoints for clashes between supporters and protesters, and his rhetoric has been blamed by some for inciting violence. The atmosphere at these events can quickly turn volatile, with tensions running high on both sides. The incident in Butler served as a chilling reminder of the potential consequences of unchecked hatred and the very real dangers faced by public figures, particularly those who espouse divisive rhetoric. It was a stark illustration of how words can translate into actions, sometimes with devastating results. It underscored the need for a more civil and respectful public discourse, one that values dialogue over demonization. In a time where political divisions are deep, fostering understanding and respectful conversation is more crucial than ever. The history of threats against Trump, coupled with the recent attack, raised serious questions about the adequacy of security measures and the need for a more proactive approach to threat assessment and prevention. Ensuring the safety of public figures requires constant vigilance and adaptation to new threats. It highlighted the challenges of balancing freedom of speech with the need to protect individuals from harm. The debate over how to maintain this balance is ongoing, reflecting the complexities of living in a society that values both security and freedom. Looking back at history, we see that threats against political figures are not a new phenomenon. From past presidents to contemporary leaders, the risk has always been present, necessitating ever-evolving strategies to ensure their protection. As technology advances, so too must our methods of safeguarding those in the public eye. The integration of modern security technology and comprehensive threat analysis is essential in preventing future incidents. Ultimately, the goal is to create an environment where political engagement can occur without fear, where ideas can be exchanged freely and safely. This requires a collective effort to promote peace, understanding, and mutual respect in all political discourse. Section 8. The social media maelstrom: truth and lies in the digital age. The attack in Butler also highlighted the role of social media in spreading misinformation and amplifying extremist views. Within minutes of the incident, the internet was flooded with rumors, conspiracy theories, and outright lies.
Some claimed the attack was staged, others celebrated it, and still others used it to further their own political agendas. The rapid spread of misinformation on social media underscores the need for greater media literacy and critical thinking skills.
It highlighted the importance of verifying information from credible sources and being wary of sensationalized or biased content. The incident sparked a debate about the responsibility of social media companies to combat the spread of misinformation and hate speech on their platforms.
This raises questions about the adequacy of content moderation policies and the need for greater transparency and accountability from these companies.
Section 9. Safeguarding Democracy, a plea for peace and security. The attempted assassination of Donald Trump was a tragedy. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of democracy, the ever-present threat of violence, and the urgent need for peace and understanding. It was a call to action for all Americans, regardless of political affiliation, to come together and reaffirm their commitment to the principles of civility, respect, and the rule of law. The incident served as a wake-up call, reminding us that violence is never the answer and that words have power. It underscored the importance of responsible leadership, civil discourse, and a shared commitment to upholding democratic values. In the wake of this tragedy, let us resolve to build a more peaceful and just society, one where political differences are debated with civility, where violence is never tolerated, and where the safety and security of all citizens are paramount.